According to historians, the first 30 days of the Trump administration has been more impactful than even the first month of the Franklin Delano Roosevelt administration in 1933. Can you believe that? Nationwide, polls seem mixed in their review of President Trump's performance. 70% agree that he's keeping his campaign promises. 63% support Trump's executive order regarding gender. 60% support deporting criminal migrants. 60% support increasing production of oil and natural gas. And 59% support President Trump's declaration of a national emergency at the southern border. However, it's not all positive. 57% oppose deporting people who have lived here legally, illegally for several years, but whom have been law-abiding. 65% oppose taking over the Panama Canal. 65% oppose the pardoning of the Jan 6 defendants. And 71% oppose the renaming of the Gulf of America. Maricé, as in any change of administration, there's some good, some bad. And a recent article pointed out that Marylanders were concerned that President Trump's effort at creating efficiencies in government are making things worse, not better. What do you think about this?
Well, I'm losing sleep over this. Like after 4 a.m., I can't go back to sleep. But like as Congressman Raskin said in the town hall that there was last week, these pubescent computer hackers are not about finding corruption. They are about working for Elon Musk, who is being regulated. All of his businesses is being regulated by the U.S. government, which is what us taxpayers have sent Congress and actual elected officials to do. It's not a coincidence that he has indicated firings at the FDA, which is overseeing his Neuralink, at the FAA, which oversees his SpaceX, at USAID, that was probing his Starlink, and at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that oversees Tesla's financing branch, and then also a potential payment platform on X. This man, Elon Musk, he invested $290 million to buy the US government in order to have access to $7 trillion of taxpayers' money. So, to talk about going after inefficiencies and corruption, that's not what's happening here. This, Elon Musk basically has carte blanche to come in and break apart the government as if it were a company that he's buying and breaking apart. This is going to have devastating effects that not just in the first 100 days. I'm hoping that the American people that wake up. We impeach Trump, because the devastation to our country is going to take at least 10 to 20
Maricé,
years.
But let me ask you a question. You
Sure.
say President Trump should be impeached. President Trump was just elected, but by the American people, and he is the head of the administrative state. Isn't he just doing what he promised to do and was elected to do?
No, Casey, respectfully, he does not follow the Constitution. He is not honoring his oath to abide by American laws. He doesn't understand the unconstitutionality of everything that he's doing. He doesn't care. And so right now we're seeing, our courts basically using the law in favor of the American people by almost every single executive order that has been challenged in the courts. There's actually, some kind of tool that is stopping it.
I want to let Laurie have an opportunity here, but there are many of those executive orders that were stayed are now being reversed and being allowed to go forward. So maybe that will solve some of the anxiety that people have. I don't know. Laurie, Marylanders are very concerned, however, who we're talking about President Trump's foreign policies with respect to Gaza, Greenland, the Panama Canal, and Ukraine. Are these concerns more because of President Trump's style or because of substance?
Well, 70% of people agree that Trump is doing what he promised. How many people who are elected can you say after just 1 month in office that they're doing what they promised? Most people have no idea what someone has even done in 1 month. I think that's a phenomenal statistic. And I I mean, and I'm glad Maricé mentioned this town hall that Jamie Raskin held, because I was online. It was an online town hall. There was another one, I guess, later that was in person. But anyway, the online town hall, I immediately put my, I entered *3 so that I could ask a question. And a screener came on and said, asked me what my question was. I probably should have lied, but I don't like to lie. So, I mean, I usually don't. So I told my question that I was asking him, why was he talking so much about how Trump is doing this and this and this? And why isn't he instead talking about what he can do for the state of Maryland? And I did not get to ask my question. I was screened out and not allowed to. And all the other questions were glowing questions about Raskin. So talk about democracy, Raskin. I think you need to let some people ask questions that are a little bit challenging for you. And I think the Democrats are just scared to death because they see that what Trump said and what we voted for, what the majority of people voted for in this country, if DEI is failing, we're all now seeing that the veil is coming off. I'm not hearing a lot of Democrats complaining about DEI being gone, actually, because I think that was a really bad idea in the first place, because it's discriminatory. The hostages that have been released. Oh my gosh! Like that was right away that started happening.
Laurie, I'm going to have to ask you.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about all these wonderful things, and I am ecstatic that I'm ecstatic to see everything that's happening, and I believe it's totally constitutional. Stephen Miller explained that yesterday to the news.
Laurie, I got to cut you off. We're running out of time. I'm sorry, and I'm going to answer my own question here, which is about the foreign policy aspect of what Donald Trump is doing. There are many things about President Trump which I admire. One of them is I do not admire how he conducts his foreign policy in the press and so openly. I believe foreign policy matters are too important to have on the front page of the newspaper and on Twitter every day. So I'm going to have to leave it here. I understand. I respect both of your opinions. I think they're great. And it naturally shows the division that we have here in the county. But we're going to have to, we've run out of time. I probably should have realized that there was a whole lot more to talk about than I allocated time for.